Honestly, that's a good question.
Or you just didn't fuck with him like that?
Maybe I didn't fuck with him like that. It was alright.
Okay, then. That you already answered my question. It was just a dick was trash. But no, I'm asking.
Hey besties, we hope you have your drinks ready because we're about to be unapologetic as fuck this weekend. I'm your co-host Brey.
I'm Ash, and this is episode 9. Period. All right. First things first, we'd like to check in with each other, and that segment is called Mood AFK. So it's been some time. Brey, how have you been?
Girl, honestly, I feel like I'm always telling you that I'm crying like every week, but it's been a roller coaster. I have like low moments and other times I have like really high moments. Mm-hmm. So I've been okay. I've been riding the wave. How have you been?
I've been good. Finally, like, not saying okay. And that's the thing. I was just gonna say, like, I can relate because for like 2 months or so, I was definitely like, I'm okay. Facts. I'm okay. But no, I'm good. Taking it one day at a time.
How was your weekend?
Your girl finally got a job. Finally. So that happened within like our time not filming. And my weekend was good. Friday was lit. Saturday, I went to this event that shall not be named, and it was not good.
It wasn't good?
No.
Wait, hold on. Was it the event that you like?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know which event though.
Brunch and Play. Caribbean Social hosted it with Ari, Dream Doll, Jessie Woo.
Oh no, I didn't see that you posted that. I meant the one that you was out with mad like other women, and you was like you had such a good time.
Oh no, that was Friday. That was lit.
Okay.
But Saturday, no, because like it's a whole bunch of fuckery. Just long story short, the DJs like it was supposed to be like a hip hop versus, let's say, reggae or Caribbean music event. Mm-hmm. It was just like hip hop. They played Caribbean music for like an hour. Mind you, we were there for like 6 hours. The drinks for $15 in those small little cups. Like, it was a lot. And
did they even come?
They did, but like, okay, Dream Doll performed.
Was she good?
Like, she wasn't really performing. She's like,
lip syncing.
No, she was thinking, but like, it wasn't like a full performance. She was like just rapping to her song, basically, on the mic. And then Ari was there, but Ari was with Dream Doll. So like, they were bumping together. Didn't see Royal G, didn't see Inhale Me. Jessie Woo was there, but like niggas had to look on the stage to like know she was there. They never said anything like, oh, Jessie Woo's in the building, Royal G's in the building, Inhale Me, like nothing. So that was another thing, among other shit. So yeah, it could have been way
chaotic.
Better. Yeah,
that sounds really chaotic. How much was the ticket?
It was $45 for early bird VIP, and VIP meant nothing. That's all I have to say to that.
When does VIP ever mean anything?
I know, but it's like, why lie? Like, just Facts. Why lie? Niggas was trying to tell us that you could get food, okay? You get free food, so I'm not gonna say that. The food was busting.
Okay.
But then they was talking about, oh, you get free water, you didn't get free water. Like, I think that when you're throwing an event, like, you really have to think about things. If you're going to have an early bird VIP, like, what's the difference between early bird VIP and general admission?
Facts.
Like, if you're not, you could have even gave like a stub for one free drink. Exactly. Or like one, like half off a drink. None of that. It was just like nothing. It started raining for a little bit. And I just feel like I'm not cheap. Mm-hmm. Like, remember we went to Soca Starter? We paid $50 and we knew we weren't getting anything. We knew we had to spend money for our drinks and stuff. Facts. I feel like it wasn't advertised that way. So I felt lied to and betrayed.
No, I feel you. Now you know.
Yeah.
Never again?
But I kind of... Yeah.
You had a good time?
No.
Oh, okay. So never again.
Never again.
Okay.
Yeah. But how was your weekend?
Girl, oh my gosh. So I went to Washington, D.C. for an event, and it was great. Like, Friday, I didn't do anything with my friends. We kind of just like got lit in the B&B, and then Saturday was the event. And honestly, within the first 15 minutes of being at that event, I was drunk, like done off.
I love that Finished. For you.
I was like, but it was so great. I felt so much bliss and so much happiness. That's why I tweeted, like, I'm so happy right now. This is the happiest I've ever been. You saw that?
I think I saw that.
It felt so good. But like, what sucks is that we were so lit, my friends and I, that we didn't get to take pictures. We didn't get to like really like go around and see everything that was happening. There was a fire breather on stage, I think, or someone playing with fire. I know one of my friends was like, I didn't even hear the music because I was so lit. Like,
yo, that shit. That's when you know you really are fucking lit.
Yes.
Like,
oh my goodness. It was crazy.
Right.
You know, certain things happen, and like
you gonna save it for the Patreon.
You gonna save it for the Patreon. You got to pay for this content that I'm about to say because woo.
Brey never likes to tell her stories fresh. Never.
I don't want to tell it fresh because then they're gonna be like, "Dang, she talking about me on her pod," and like, or
she couldn't even wait till she really got home.
Years, like, so maybe in a couple of months, y'all, I'm bring it up again. Like, yeah, that was that one time that one of my
right. I can't.
But I had a good weekend, and then on Sunday, I went to see the White House. I like, whenever I go somewhere new, I like to do touristy stuff, like go to different monuments or historical places or something like that. And then we had like some good DC food.
What'd you eat?
We had like breakfast food, but it was a very
like brunch, or
it wasn't really brunch. Okay, I guess it was brunch, but we had breakfast food.
Okay.
It was a very popular restaurant called Founding Farmers DC, and it was so good.
That's good.
Yeah. So if you ever go to DC, go there, but just know the wait is long.
And there's no reservations?
You can do reservations, but I know that people who even had reservations had to wait. Yeah. It's wild, but the food was mad good.
That's good.
The only other thing that I don't really like was that the ride was supposed to be 4 hours, right? It ended up being like 6 hours both ways to go and come because of traffic, and that's too much.
Did you leave?
On Friday, we left pretty late. I'm not gonna lie, we left mad late. So I guess that contributed to it.
That's one thing though, like unfortunately I know, like, because I've left on Friday, like Friday night too, and it definitely adds time. I can't talk for like Sunday coming back, but definitely on Fridays it sucks. Like oh my goodness. And it was pouring on Friday, but I had such a good time. That's good. And I want to relive that moment again. You will.
Per Okay, so in our next segment, it is called Current AFK. This is where we talk about politics, funny tweets, or anything that's going on in pop culture right now. And what I wanted to bring up, the first thing with our current event, was that Mayor de Blasio has mandated, well, actually, no, he didn't mandate vaccines. It kind of feels like that. But like, if you do not have a vaccine or at least one dose, you're not able to go to the gym. You're not able to go to a restaurant, eat in. You're not able to do mad stuff. And a lot of people are really upset with that because it's just like, they feel as though, you know, the government is taking away their right to like deny a vaccine.
I definitely... Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I was gonna say, like, I read an article, and you technically with like the restaurant option, you could eat, but it would be like you have to eat outside. You can't dine in like in the building.
But it's over because it's about to be fall, and then it's about to be winter.
But I mean, we were technically, that's what we were doing before. Like, remember?
That is true, but I was never doing that. Like when I saw people dining outside during winter, I was like,
I did it.
You did it?
My birthday, because unfortunately, even though my birthday's in March, it's still like on the colder side. And I went to a place that had like, it was like they had fire, so it wasn't just heat. Like they had fire, so like if you sat under it was good. But I think that was the only place that I went to that I stayed outside. But some people will, so
that is true.
I mean, if you did it before, you can do it again. Crying, it's a church song. But anyway, I don't, it's like such a tricky, controversial
how do you feel about that?
I think that, you know, people I don't know. Honestly, like, I get people wanting the right to choose, but on the other hand, I do understand like why they're trying to enforce it, because like it's for your safety, and especially like with the Delta variant, like, you know,
so scary.
Yeah, like
the
it's
Delta,
cautious.
the Lambda.
And the thing is, you know, people who aren't vaccinated, like, it's not like they're wearing masks or like trying to stay protected. So it's like you're not vaccinated, but then you're also not taking the precautions to do so. And that's why like a lot of people are getting sick. And you know, like even when I go like to the office and stuff, like I am vaccinated, But I work like with a lot of people, and sometimes there are cases, and therefore I like continue to get tested because one, you could be asymptomatic, but also like you could still catch COVID. And you know, people are like, oh, you know, with with the vaccine, like it, the vaccination process like happens so quickly, or like you could still get COVID, so why would I get it? But then people are also like, you know, you still get the flu, you can still get pregnant on birth control, like there are so many different things. And then also like it not being FDA approved and stuff, and like people are like, you know, when you take like diet pills, those are not FDA approved, or like when you drink flat tummy tea, it's not FDA approved, which is true. So it's like, it's a controversial topic, and I feel like, you know, I can't really tell people what to do with their bodies.
Right. It's become a very political thing. Yeah. Super political. I saw a tweet that said, this girl tweeted that if the government had used reverse psychology on people instead of like making the vaccine expensive, more people would have taken it, because it's like only the people with money can take the vaccine. Then that way people would have been like, yeah, I want to take the vaccine because only like the elite can take the vaccine, or maybe only celebrities can take the vaccine. So the tweet was basically saying like the government should have used reverse psychology for everyone to take the vaccine, making it seem as if it was like, you know, expensive or something that didn't have much resources, I guess, or like, I don't know how to put it, but she was like, then everybody would have been wanting the vaccine.
Yeah. And I understand people being cautious, like, you know, especially like when you look at things like the Tuskegee trials and things like that. So I get it. It's just like, again, I don't know, like I feel like I am not at liberty to necessarily say what you should or shouldn't do with their body. And at the same time, like, you know, I think that honestly speaking, like, I feel like the government is just trying to ensure people's safety. And like, you know, people may not agree, or people may crucify me for that. But I do think that that's what it is. I think that they're trying to make sure that everyone is safe. Yeah. What do you think?
Yes, it's also very tricky because you have, oh my goodness, you have the TikTok videos and the Instagram reels with people having like crazy ass symptoms to the vaccine and just showing you different things. And they go into like how the vaccine doesn't do X, Y, and Z, and people who are vaccinated can still spread it. And they're the ones who's spreading it to people who are unvaccinated. There's just so many things going on. And again, as Ash said, I'm not at liberty to like really talk about what people should do. All I know is I'm gonna get vaccinated because, you know.
Yeah, and then it's like, you know, unfortunately, like COVID is not like, we want it to go away, but it's gonna take some time. Like, you know, it's gonna take some time. They even said like with the flu and stuff, like I think the first wave had like killed a certain amount of people, and then the second wave killed like double or triple the amount. And it's like, it takes some time to figure things out. And people will be like, oh, you're a test dummy or whatever the case is. Well, at least I tried. At least I tried.
Like, I did it for the greater good. Yeah. Respect
and that's another thing. Yeah. You know, people always say that Americans are selfish and that we are like individualistic, and like other places are not like that. But yeah, it's just like, it's hard.
It's really hard. Honestly, all I have to say is do what's best for your body and your mental health and what you feel okay with. And whether you want to be unvaccinated, take the proper precaution. If you are vaccinated, take the proper precaution, because at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, and then it's like, you know, people want to like travel the world, want to do this, and this.
You think there's going to be a shutdown?
I don't know. I truly do not know. Like, I've heard the discussion. Want there to be
like a half shutdown.
Me too,
because I've been spending too much money outside.
I know, but then it's like, I'm gonna miss outside. Like,
honestly, I just need a man. And then
no, but it's not even that. You're gonna want to go. You want to go get drinks and stuff.
You right.
Like, you want to go get drinks. Like, I don't care. The club, like, that's fine. But you know, you want to go get drinks. You want to be able to, like, that's one thing that still blows mine, is that most of these places still close early. Like, no, I want to get drinks at 3 a.m. Like,
that ain't happening, Miss Girl.
Yeah. So,
nah, facts. Oh man.
But don't worry, Brey. You soon get a man.
We're cutting this out because I am not desperate for a man. I just be saying that for views and likes.
I believe you.
Believe me?
Yeah. Why would you be desperate for a man?
Period. You think the audience believes me? They were like, this bitch always talking about a man every episode. I got niggas. Come on. That part.
We're gonna leave this in it. That's gonna be the intro. I got niggas.
Facts. Shoot, I just be saying it just to say it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But speaking of the New York government, because isn't it only mandated in New York though?
I think it's mandated in New York, California, and somewhere else
where they have large populations.
Large populations, yeah.
You know, honestly, like Florida and them,
they don't care. Oh my goodness! When I was traveling towards DC, nobody was wearing a mask.
Nobody wears
like
masks
people wear
anymore,
masks,
well,
yeah, but
in
like
the stores they do.
No, they don't. Like we went at a rest stop. Oh yeah, well in New York, yeah. But at a rest stop area, literally no one had on masks.
That's crazy.
And it looked like they were looking at me as if I had 3 heads. Like, mister.
No, that's the thing. Like, in the building, I don't want to keep talking about this place, but in the building that I work, honestly, we have to log if we're vaccinated or not. A lot of people are vaccinated. And I was walking around like, okay, well, we all vaccinated. You know, I'm not going to wear my mask. And then I started hearing about cases. I was like, oh, I'm going to put it back on. Like,
girl, you can't be too comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to take that chance. But speaking of the New York government, so Cuomo.
Oh my goodness.
Cuomo,
breaking
like
news.
What happened? Like, bro, like I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Oh. Well, I don't know if we were all rooting for you, but I definitely like before this, obviously, I did like how I felt like the way he was like handling COVID and stuff. I thought he did like a great job.
He
I was
was
like,
giving leadership.
Doing a good job.
Right, you doing a good job.
Like the thing is that what I was saying was that with Cuomo, like he was stern, but he wasn't like doing nonsense. Right. In my opinion, in my humble opinion. So to hear this, it's just like, you know what it really goes to show? That like rape is way too common, or sexual assault is way too common, because even the men that we perceive as like good people, they're still sexually assaulting women.
And it's wild.
Like, isn't it crazy that misogyny is like so ingrained into like men, into society, like that? First of all, that this could be going on for like that he could have multiple cases.
Yeah.
But then also it's just like you're in shock because you're like, not this guy. And even with like Bill Cosby, like,
oh, he's released. You know that, right?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he was seen as like, you know, the father figure, the wholesome man. And then it's like, again, it's so weird. R. Kelly, it was like, niggas saw that coming because we all knew about the urinating situation. So yeah,
honestly, I don't know too much about like Cuomo and that whole thing that's going on, but I wanted to say to that was, it's crazy because you can be at the top of like your career or like getting so much praise and love, and you literally can fall down immediately. And I want to bring that back to when Tory Lanez was like at the height of everything, like during quarantine radio was it. And within a couple of months, my man's dropped down.
The baby?
The baby. Yes. It's like, y'all better be careful because y'all think y'all got
fumbling your own bag. There's nobody to blame but yourself. Sorry. Sorry.
You ain't lying, but I'm just saying, like, for people that feel like, oh, I'm on top and I got it right now and I'm Gucci, nah, God can flip the script on you real
But you know
quick.
what it is? Like, I don't even want to say, like, it's God. It's like, it's not just men, but these are just certain men that we're talking about. People, when they get to, like, a certain status, it's very hard for them to remain humble.
Yes.
And that's the issue. So it's like, with Cuomo, he's probably like, bitch, like, why are you saying no to me? You know who I am? Like, Tory Lanez.
And I didn't even get that from him, which is so crazy. I used to love watching him and his brother like banter and stuff like that. But that's what I'm
saying. It's so like wild. Misogyny so ingrained that niggas could be perceived as good, or people could be perceived as good and be fucking horrible.
That is so horrible. True. The persona
sexually assaulting women and like no one knows.
Such a facade. That is so true.
Yeah. And like the baby, I mean, since we're here, like, you don't go on stage and just say that. Like, what would possess you to even say anything like that? And then dude was like, oh, but like my fans don't. Sir, but you don't know what your fans be doing.
Can I ask a question? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like this generation is too sensitive? And I'm not saying this to like defend the baby. I just really want to know, do you feel like, because I've been noticing a lot on Twitter where people are just like, you can't say this or you can't say that. Do you feel like this generation is too sensitive?
I don't know if to say yes or no, but what I will say is this. I think that people can say this generation is too sensitive, but I think two things. One, we're not taking shit from anybody, but also past generations have like let so much things slide that I feel this generation, anyway,
girl,
I felt like this generation, they just like, they won't let even the smallest thing slide. So it's like, if you make one like petty remark, they're not gonna let it slide, because they know that, you'll say it once, then you'll say it twice, then it'll just like, like progress until it's something way bigger.
Yeah.
So I guess you could say that they're more sensitive. I would just say that they're like more cautious, that they're not fucking with that. Like, you're not gonna sit there and make a joke about rape and then or that's still like drastic, but you know what I'm saying. But like,
let's not even use like rape or sexual assault. Let's really talk about, like, I saw a tweet today, and everything's on Twitter because I be on Twitter.
Facts.
But there was a woman who had said that she feels fat, right? And a woman who I guess is bigger than her was just like, you don't look fat. Like, you shouldn't even be in this, like, talking about in this discussion because you don't look fat. You're very slim. Like, it's like things like that, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have things to say about many things where you're just like, why is this even a discussion? You know what I mean?
I think that, in that regard,
like,
they're probably, it's like, it's like what we talked about with the bodies episode. Like, being fat has like such not negative connotations, and like, like we said, or like I said, it's not that slim women don't go through shit, but like with fat women, it's like it's literally ingrained into society to like be prejudiced towards them. So I feel like, sometimes fat women are like more aggressive. Like in this situation in particular, they're more aggressive when it comes to that, because they're like, you don't really understand what it's like. So even if you feel fat because you feel bloated, you're not fat. And you don't know what it's like to really be fat. Like, even like if we look at the Lizzo situation, like, we didn't get to really watch the video, but like she was talking about like these things don't always affect her, but like on this date it did. And it's like, look at the amount of slander that Lizzo really goes through for just being herself. Not for being problematic, but for literally just being herself, living and existing as who she is. Like that girl who you said commented, it was like, like people are so dying in other parts of the world, and you're crying because people are calling you fat, and you are like, that's what I'm saying. But
that was uncalled for.
I think that yes, sometimes people do have conversations that they don't need to, but then at other times I think it's just like people, like, I guess policing, or like being like, no, like you don't really understand what this is like.
Right.
But sometimes I feel like, certain things on Twitter or like certain things in the media is like they're trying to like rile you up. I definitely, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I definitely believe that certain things, like when you see like really dumb shit that people complain about,
my goodness,
I really feel like sometimes it is to be like I don't know what they're called.
An example of that, not to cut you off, girl.
No, go ahead.
An example of that was when someone had posted like, oh, if you eat the bread within the first 5 minutes, you're broke or some shit like that. And she was just like, why you eating bread so fast? You like if people were just like, cause like bitch be paying for it. Like it's like we're hungry. So
one thing about me is I'm gonna eat, like skinny, fat, whatever you want to call it.
Eat,
like,
baby.
I'm gonna eat.
They take dumb long with our food. Thank you very much. I'm finna eat. I'm going to eat. Thank you.
That's what I came here to do.
Hello. I'm paying my money.
That's it.
Even if it was free. Yo, hey, if anybody know Texas Roadhouse, I be taking the rolls after I eat. Like, thank you. That's the spot, right?
So on an unrelated note, because we have to keep it going, We definitely wanted to address the earthquake that happened in Haiti. Yeah. You know, it's still very fresh, still very new. And even when we talk about donating and stuff, people talk about like how you have to vet where you will donate. So I can't necessarily offer any platforms, but I think that, you know, we should all, one, be aware, two, like do our research to see how we can help, how we can contribute. We know that Haiti's been like kind of going through a lot because of the prime minister situation.
There's so many things happening in
then
Haiti.
This, so we just want to pay our respects.
On top of a tropical storm coming towards Haiti, and I think Florida, like, what's really happening? Like, is the world ending? Do y'all think that? Answer down below in the comments. And I don't mean to laugh at it, but like, really, what's really going on?
Down below in the comments. But
what's really going on? But for real, what's really going on? Because
I don't think
I feel like there's things after things after things. Like, should we even care about what's going on in society in terms of like, should we even work anymore?
How should we work?
Should we even like? Should we just eat and like?
Seriously, let's talk about it. Back in the days, niggas went through measles, mumps, the flu, polio. It's not the end of the world. It's just we're going through a rough time right now.
Yeah.
Like imagine, God forbid, but imagine having to go through those things. Like COVID is really just like, it's unfortunate, it's sad, but like polio and shit,
not even about
tuberculosis, those shit like leave you paralyzed. Like, well, COVID can leave you with long-term effects. I'm not trying to diminish like the effect of COVID. I'm just saying that like things have like, I feel like it's just like waves, like, you know.
But yeah, bro, I'm not even talking about like the pandemic only, because that's one of the main things, but I'm more so talking about like the forest fires happening, the earthquakes happening, all of like the natural disasters that's coming up, tropical storms, even things that's happening in Afghanistan with the Taliban taking over the government. Like, what is going on?
I just feel like, honestly, I think it's like we have a right to be scared, but I think that like all these things have like happened already. No.
I mean, yes, but this is back to back. Like, we're not catching a break.
Nah, this has happened already. Like I said,
history's repeating itself.
Yeah, I think so. Like, and I'm not trying to be naive. I just don't think the world is ending. I think that I think it's just like, unfortunately, it's just one of those times like
that we have to live through.
Yeah, and then niggas be like polluting the air and shit. Like,
you know that they said that climate change cannot be reversed now.
Yeah, because
it's over.
Because like literally like 2 years ago they were talking about like we're getting close, and I was like,
you can't.
They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop.
It's over.
I don't know what the fuck to say. I
don't have
no advice.
Don't be scared.
I don't control the weather machine, so I Yo, did you see? It was an article, I don't remember where, they were talking about like in this country or whatever. I think it was a country or a state. Like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
The government had to like make rain because
Dubai.
it was getting too hot, whatever the fuck. Exactly, because there's a fucking weather machine. How else could they predict the rain?
At this point, is anything real?
How
is the alcohol talking? But is anything really real? For real? Like,
this reminds me of what you talked about throwing the trash into the volcano. That's not what you said.
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
That's like all the things you're saying are valid, but it still makes me laugh.
Bro, you ever looked at the clouds and you was like, yo, is this real? Like, am I bugging?
Well, not the clouds, no.
The trees?
Please don't do this, because my mind would go too far. Like, I hate thinking about stuff like that, even though I do. Not the trees and stuff.
The moon?
Like, no.
Oh, so you be thinking everything is real?
Not everything, but those things, I just, if I started to question them, I would never stop. So like, I don't let my mind get there.
The only reason why I ask these questions because I've been going on a conspiracy theory rabbit hole on YouTube.
No. We're gonna skip to the next section now because Brey is wildin'.
I said that I believe these things, but I like to hear what other people think because it's interesting.
Don't you start thinking about it too, and now you're like, what
no,
the fuck?
because the one that they're talking about, how we're in like, what it called?
I don't want to hear it.
How we're in a what's it called? Not a dimension. We're in a like like a game or something. I forgot what's the name of it, but like, I don't believe that. I also don't believe that the earth is flat. Like,
Okay, no, that's just crazy. That's
I don't believe that.
Just crazy.
Do y'all believe that? Comment down below.
No, please don't, because we're gonna judge you. We're gonna judge you. There's no. How could you believe that the Earth is flat? Like, seriously,
I don't believe that. Like, there has to be.
Yeah.
Just because we have a horizon,
and that's why
mean...
stupid ass Christopher Columbus was thinking he discovered shit. Like, no, bro, you're just traveling the globe.
Right.
And I didn't even know this until I went to Jamaica. I went to Jamaica and I have a new appreciation for Jamaica. Aww. Yes, I do. I like y'all a little bit more now. No, but seriously,
it's funny because she's dead Jamaican, half Jamaican,
and my nigga's Jamaican, so that just makes me like 75% at this point. But anyway, that was a joke. I have to take that out because
we love it. Jamaican by penetration. No,
talking about my mom heard that, and my mom don't like to hear when I say I'm Jamaican. Like,
oh really? LOL.
She'll be like, stop it right now.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah.
Low key.
Yeah, because when I was younger and we used to go to like Labor Day and shit. Okay. Last story. When I was younger, we used to go to Labor Day and I wouldn't want to wear like anything like Jamaican and stuff. My grandma, my mom's mom used to be like, come on, like, that's like their dad is Jamaican. Like, Lindy, stop it. And my mom would be like, no, it's not me. They just don't want to wear it. Yeah, of course, because parents are gonna have like, who's the Caribbean island is best.
Yeah, which is super funny.
What the fuck were we? Oh, in Jamaica, they were talking about how Christopher Columbus tried to America they shit too, and I didn't know that.
Really?
Like, Christopher Columbus went and said that he discovered Jamaica, but I guess that makes sense because he was saying he discovered the Americas and the West Indies, right? That's what happened. But the way correct it
right.
Like, no, he made a face like, bitch, you didn't know that. And I truly didn't. I'm sorry. The U.S. education system has failed.
I asked my grandma the other day. What? I was like, why did the family go to America and not UK? Mm-hmm. Like, I would have been in Britain, like, talking like,
or Canada. What the fuck?
Right? Like, first of all, sitting here like a fucking wanker.
I am dead.
Nah, I really wish I was British. I just know I'm gonna find my British man though. I'm so excited.
I love that for you.
Me too. I'm manifesting it.
Are you gonna move to Britain or to the UK?
I don't want to move to England, no, because I feel like that's too much. Like, I feel like I should have grew up in England, and that way I would have felt more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Nah, they racist there too. Cause
yeah, they are.
I told you they denied me and my family
to
come into a restaurant.
You went to England?
Yeah, for my 16th birthday, my dad took me, well, our family, but it was for my birthday. He took us to to Britain or to England for a week, and then we spent like a day in Paris. Mm-hmm. So like a full day we slept, and then we left to go back to England.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I liked England. I didn't like Paris.
I heard it's OD racist in Paris.
I didn't experience that because I wasn't there long enough. But I told you when I went to England, though, we tried to go get dinner, and they was like, they have no more seats. And my dad was like, okay, like, we'll wait. And they was like, no, like,
no way.
Like, no, you're not getting it. We're never gonna have any seats.
Oh my God.
They didn't say it like that, but yeah, they was like, no, like, we don't have any seats. And my dad was like,
that's terrible. Right, yeah, that is very terrible. Yikes. Okay, well, I feel like we've been talking so much in our current events.
It's all right. This is a nice episode for you guys.
We're back and we're better, and we have so much in store. As you can see, you see the setup in the back. It's about to be transitioning into a more different background for y'all, more different vibe. You feel me? Why are you laughing?
No, it's correct. When I see correct face, like correct.
Correct.
No, it's not his fault. He did something. His mouth dropped open. Like when you said we were changing. I don't know. I just be thinking correct, saying shit in his head. Like,
he is though. You're not wrong. I know him. All right, so now we're about to get into our main topic, and we're gonna just talk about a whole bunch of different things. So the first thing that I really wanted to talk about was, so I've been watching this new show on Netflix called Sex Life, and if y'all ever seen it, please comment on our story or down below. And basically, Sex Life is about a woman who is married to the ideal man. Like, he has a great job. He's handsome. He gave her 2 kids, a beautiful house in Connecticut, just everything that you could ever want in a man. But to give a little backstory, she was really wild in her like younger years. She used to do mad different things. Like just having a lot of sex with different men, basically. And when she got, but the thing about it is that they never gave her stability. Like they either just had sex and like messed up, or they were doing mad different things. And when she found her husband, it was like the best thing in the world. The problem for her is that she still fantasizes about one of her exes that she went through so much with, like got pregnant for. Also, spoiler alert, because for those of you who have probably not seen the show, I'm saying a couple of details. But like, she's done so many things with this ex, and the sexual chemistry was so amazing for them both. Like, she can't stop thinking about it. So much so that she started writing in a journal on her MacBook. First of all, girl, why are you doing that? On her MacBook, her husband read the journal on her MacBook, and mad stuff started going out of control, right? But my main thing is, I want to ask you, right, Ash, is let's say you have the ideal man. Let's not even think about you being in a relationship right now. Or maybe you can. Right. You have the ideal man, perfect husband, great job. You know, you have kids with him, everything. And it's like he has that 85%. But the 15% that's lacking is like the great sex. Like he got too comfortable. He don't give you, like, y'all don't have sex ever. When you try to be sexual with him or go in the shower with him.
So why you asking me that, bro?
Because
no, I'm joking.
I'm like, because Miss Girl.
But yeah, go ahead.
But so like, he just don't be doing what he used to do when he first got you. Like, it's not fun. And also, you're probably a woman who misses the adrenaline. Like, how would you leave the 85% for the 15?
It's either that. You know what? Let me stop, because my boyfriend be watching this. So let me stop.
No. He's all right. Let's really talk about it, because he's not gonna get tired at you.
But on a serious level, bro.
This is hypothetically speaking.
It's one or the other. Like, if I really decide to stay, then we're gonna have to like explore a polyamorous relationship, or I'm gonna cheat. Like, if I choose to stay, but I don't really think that I would stay. I don't think I would stay.
So you would leave the 85% that you have for the 15?
Yes.
Because of the good sex?
Yes. Okay. I'm not married, so I guess this is how I feel right now.
Yeah.
But I do think that sex plays a big role. And honestly speaking, I only have one partner, and I still feel like sex is a big thing. Like, I can't really imagine like not being able to have like good sex or like spontaneous sex and stuff like that. Like, you're not about to be sitting there in the bed like every night. Absolutely fuck not.
Yeah,
like,
to tell you a scene, also spoiler alert, they were about to have sex, or they were having sex, and he started watching the game while they're having sex. One, he don't eat her pum pum anymore either. So,
bro, it's like, but why am I here? You know, you're not doing this. It's like a bigger thing, because I just feel like it's like you're not like, sex is very intimate. You don't want to be intimate with me. I don't understand. Like, there's no way that you could love me and not desire me. Like, I don't care what you have going on in your life. Like, there's no way. Like, you know, we spoke about libidos and stuff like that. Now, if you're going through something, that's a certain amount of time. We could see counseling and stuff like that. But if it really gets to that point where, like, for some reason it's not working out, like, but I really don't know what to say.
And if you
here.
have kids with this person, you gonna leave too?
I'm gonna put it like this. When I get married, there's truly like what's the point of staying with you? Like, with things I can do for myself. Like, the 85% you're talking about, he bought her a nice house. Why I can't buy myself a nice house? We have the kids already. I have a very different outlook on marriage, and I guess this would be the time to expose it.
Expose it, girl.
I do think that marriage is valuable. You know, I think that it's nice to have, but I'm not going to be fighting tooth and nail to like keep it Like,
so it's not till death do us part and through sickness. It's like if you mess with me,
it's through sickness and in health. But at the same time, it's not through bad treatment. Like, that's my situation. Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, you're not gonna cheat on me multiple times. You're not gonna mentally abuse me. You're not gonna make me feel lesser than and then expect me to stay around. You're not gonna not be my partner and expect me to stay around. Like, because it's like, at that point, what are we married for? We're married because we have kids, but like nothing is working out. You get what I'm saying? Because a strain on your sex life is a strain on your relationship, because eventually now I'm gonna be annoyed with you, like, because I'm horny and you're not satisfying me. You don't want to be intimate with me, so I feel like, do you really love me? Do you get what I'm saying? No, like, I just feel like, to me, like, this is gonna sound funny, but sometimes, like, I get horny just the fact of how much, like, when I think about how much I love, like, my partner. You know, it's like, I love you so much that my mind starts racing and I want to kiss you, and then I want to do other things with you. So it's like 100%. So like, if you don't want to do that with me, then it's like, why don't you desire me? What am I doing? Or why do you feel like you don't desire me? And like I said, there could be other factors. So therefore, it's not like you can't try counseling. It's not like I wouldn't try to figure things out. I'm not going to just up and leave. At the same time, is it gonna not work out? And then I'm gonna no. You think they heard that? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like try and then it really isn't helping or it isn't working out and I'm just staying there, because I really just feel like, what's the point, bro? Like, people be staying married in like unhappy ass relationships, and then it's like, you're married for what? Like, you're still together for what reason? For what reason? You're unhappy, bro, and you tried, it's not working. So that's my cynical way of thinking. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like, because the way I think about love and relationship is I like stability. So for me, stability like takes over everything. It takes over more power than like just sex. Don't get me wrong. I've always said this too. Like, I love sex. I'm a sexual person, but it's not the end all be all for me. I think if my husband was really like, got too comfortable and like I wanted more from him, more adrenaline from him, I would really have that discussion with him, like, yo, like, I feel like I want us to do more spontaneous things. Maybe we should try a sex club. Maybe we should try doing this. Maybe we should try doing X, Y, and Z, and see what he says. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I also feel like, I don't know, this sounds kind of crazy, but the time that I spent with you, the time that I built with you, like, I don't want it to go to waste just because the sex is bad. You feel me? When we first got together, the main reason why we did, not even the main reason, but when we did get married, the sex was great, because I'm not gonna marry somebody that like the sex is crazy and I'm not, you know what I mean? Because you don't have to live with that forever. But it's also like, there was a point in time where it was good enough for like us to get married and everything, on top of everything that is great. We can find that back again. So I don't know. I felt like, because in the show, she literally gives up mad stuff. Like she just kept on fantasizing about the relationship with the person, and like, he didn't treat her well. Like, he didn't communicate well. He wasn't like the ideal man. Like, he just wasn't it. But they had great sex. Wow, that reminds me of someone that I was with, but great sexual chemistry, but he wasn't a good man to me. And even like, sometimes I like miss that sex, or I crave that sex. I don't think I will go back to him because of the person that he was. You know what I mean? I'd rather stick to my 85% and work on if we can get to 90 or 95, or I can use the rose or something, like, you know, spice it up. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would just throw it away so fast due to the sex not being great. But you know, there's so many different factors,
right? And I'm not, trying to diminish what you're saying. My question would be, okay, so what's it like? I want to watch it, but it doesn't matter because we're talking about it. So I want to know.
Right. You should watch it though.
Did she have a conversation with him?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, but she wanted to. So here's what happened. She started writing on her little journal in her notepad, or her MacBook. And the husband read it and he was pissed off. Like he was just like, you writing about another man, like you don't care, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, let's talk about it. Like, let's really dive into why you feel this way. Because he started following the ex-boyfriend. He started like trying to become the ex-boyfriend, do more spontaneous things instead of just talking to his wife. And she was fiending to talk to him. Oh my God, my lip just touched the thing. And then he didn't want to talk. He was just like, that's too awkward for me. So
but he made an effort to be spontaneous.
He made an effort, but he felt like it wasn't him. Like he was just like, I've always been he's also been a clean slate kind of guy. Like he holds the door for women. He's like, just the ideal man. But
I don't know, because like it's hard, because I wouldn't be not that I wouldn't be with someone who opens the door for women, but I would need to be with someone that I know has that. Yeah, for sure. We already talked about the kinks. If you're not gonna do it on day 1, you're not gonna do it on day 100. So yeah. So with that being said, it's just more so like I was, like I said, counseling, conversations for sure. But sometimes there are situations, or sometimes you'll try to talk it out and then it like nothing happens.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they're not that person anymore, or whatever the case is. So like I said, if I feel like it's really not changing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to see what the 85. Everybody's 85% is different.
Very
so
true.
You know what? I would say I would have to see what my 85% truly looked like. But I already have a certain outlook on marriage.
Right.
So
I don't want to take back the 15 and then like I regret it. You know what I mean? Like just because the sex is good don't mean he's like good to me. You feel me? Like, why are you being weird to me?
But at the same time, but then it's like, you don't think that you could find another person that gives you a 90 or 95%. I'm not saying you have to hop from dick to dick. I'm just more so saying like sometimes you outgrow people. Sometimes your relationship changes. Sometimes you're only meant to be with someone for a certain amount of time.
That is true.
Like,
and here I am trying to be the fixer. That's my problem. I'm always the fixer in things. Like I want to make sure I can fix things before it tears apart completely. And people don't be thinking like that. They be like, nah, we good. Like
I think that because I've already tried to be the fixer, not in my relationship, just overall I've tried to be the fixer of a lot of things that I don't
you want to be. I don't want to be the fixer anymore either. So I guess it all depends. I do believe that you can find someone else that would probably give you the 100%, but not 100%.
Like
because
90,
no one's perfect. But I do believe that maybe you can find another person that gives you the 90%. But it's also like, let's talk about in this day and age, right? The dating pool sucks. And especially as a woman who gets older, it sucks even more because men that are like older want younger women.
Right. Then gross. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like you want to go back into the dating pool and then you struggling to date and then you have little ass boys talk about pull up and chill or like, you know what I mean? Like you're not trying to do that after you've been married for 10 years and you had your kids and whatnot. You're trying to find a nice man again to settle down, to build up again. And it's to put in that extra, I don't know. Put in that extra time and energy to rebuild.
Yeah, when you talk about things like that, you're 100% right.
But I also don't condone women staying in relationships just because of time and energy spent.
Yeah.
I do believe like if you're truly unhappy, or even a man, if you're truly unhappy, you don't need to be in that relationship. However, like the way I think about things is I want to fix it first before it gets like worse.
And the thing is, there's a way to go about that. Like you try, yes. You don't give up. You're not like, oh, he didn't have sex with me for 2 weeks,
3 months,
Imagine. And I'm like, I'm out. That's not what happens. You give it some time, figure it out. You try a conversation, you try therapy, there's sex therapy, things like that. You try things. But then after a while, you have to see, like, you have to look back and analyze and be like, is this like really worth it? Like, is this worth it? So even if sex is a 15% right now, sometimes it can manifest and then, it could get bigger, it could progress, and then it becomes like 20, it becomes 25, it becomes 30 and 40 and 45. Because think about it, bro. You want to have sex. Your partner doesn't want to have sex. Eventually, your mind is going to be racing. Like, sex is emotional for women. Like, that's one thing I will say.
Yeah.
Like,
I would agree with that.
like, people.
Some women, because some women got nigga tactics.
Oh, that's true.
Let me learn.
Yeah, their gender war situation, all that. Fuck that. I don't believe in that shit. But I will say, that's one thing I will say, that for women, everything for us, anything sexual for us is internal. Like, literally, like, if you want to get into the anatomy, everything is internal. So it's like, women even be talking about, like, they can't have sex if their mind is not into it.
Yeah.
Men could just, like, look at somebody and get hard.
That is so true.
So with that being said, it's like, it is emotional for us for the most part, for some of us. And there's nothing wrong with you if it's not. Do you, girl? But you're going to start to wonder, like, why doesn't my husband desire me? Especially if you guys, like, it's one thing if you guys got to the relationship and he was always like that.
Yeah.
But, like, if you do start off that way where you had great sex and then eventually he doesn't want to be like that, and you try discussions, you try therapy, and, like, literally nothing's helping, you're going to start to feel insecure. You're going to start to feel insecure, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So then it changes from 15% because you start to think about, like, the other things that not wanting to have sex means.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's also important to know who you're marrying. Like, if you know your girl, like, don't lie to your significant other at this point. Be your authentic self so they know exactly who they're marrying. If you're a person who really likes sex every day, 5 times a day, be that your authentic person's. Whoa. Be your authentic self, so that way your husband can be like, okay, like, I know she likes sex a lot. Like, I mean, then again, you also said that people outgrow certain things, so I don't know.
But there's, like, that even if he outgrew you, you're like, why the fuck he outgrew me? Like, what happened?
That's true. So why aren't we on the same page? Yeah. That's very true.
So, and because I don't want to be insensitive, because I don't want, like, we talked about libido and we talked about sex drive, and I literally shared an experience of mine where I talked about, like, going through, like, health issues and stuff like that, and not being able to, like, have sex in the way that I wanted. But at the same time, I tried. But no, I'm just saying that to say, like, so I'm not gonna sit here and say that men don't go through shit either.
Right.
Sometimes it is mental. Like, sometimes men suffer from ED because, like, they're fucking stressed. They
ED?
Erectile dysfunction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, new terminology.
Crying.
Bitch, you got ED? The fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
But that's usually what happens, though. Like, if your man doesn't want to have sex with you, it's most likely, like, he's literally already having ED,
or he just don't want you no more.
But even if he don't want you, he might have ED. Like, he might still not get hard.
You're right. You're right.
So sorry. So with that being said, it's just like, I'm not saying that men can't suffer or can't have, like, other situations that is not your wife that may change things, but then it's like, all right, I gave you some time. How much more time do you need? Even if let's say you stick around for, like, 2 more years, bro. How much longer are you gonna really stick around? Like, I tried, bro. I gave you some time.
But here's my thing. I don't know, because I'm in a space where sex is not everything for me, right? But I also have been in a space where sex
Something wrong with me.
Miss Girl is always on demon time.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
But I've also been but I've been there too, where I've been like, dang, I want to have sex every single. I remember with my first boyfriend, I used to want to have sex with him 6 times a day, and he told me, he was like, I'm tired, like, you gotta chill, and I was just like, no, like, let's go. And you thought I was tired? No. But now I'm in my point of, like, where I'm at now, I'm just like, sex is not everything for me. And I think it's because I'm looking for more stability. But who knows where I'll be in 10 years.
I think it comes in waves. And I don't... Yeah. You know, obviously, sex is not everything for me. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's the entire world.
And like I said, it comes in waves. Like, like I said, I've had moments where I, like... couldn't do it because of birth control, because of whatever the situation I was going through. Couldn't do it. Now I don't know what happened. Like, broken.
You wanted more?
Yeah. 100%.
Per.
100%.
I think maybe when I do decide to get into a relationship, then maybe it might change because I'll probably be like, damn, babe, like let's do it again.
But that's what I'm saying. It's sometimes, like I said, it's like I'm thinking about like, oh, like, you know, I love my boyfriend so much, and then like I don't know, one thing turns into the other, and then I like want to have sex.
Let's go into the room now.
Yeah, but it's just like that's hard though, and like I said, I'm not married,
right?
So you know. Things could change. Lord, please don't. Like, you can test me.
Yeah, it's Lord, please don't change my sex drive.
That too. But I was going to say, you could test me, but just please don't test me in that way.
Imagine.
Don't
God forbid.
Imagine.
God forbid.
Babe, I'm going to stick beside you, okay? This is for the other nigga.
Beside him.
This is for the other nigga. If I hypothetically got married to someone else, I'm going to stick beside you.
So you keep him as a side nigga?
Hell no. That's not what I said.
Wait, what
I'm
other
going to
nigga?
stick beside you. No, I'm saying this is for a hypothetical situation. If I got married to someone else.
I'm going to say.
Brey, are you trying to get me in trouble?
Not at all. Listen, do what you feel right. Do what you feel 100%, right.
I'm being jokey, but you got to do what's best for you.
Facts.
Some people would do it. And I am not judging anyone who's going to stick beside their man. And I'm not judging 85%.
Facts. And I'm not judging anyone who's going to leave for the 15. No, I'm not.
Guys, I just want to be clear. I'm not necessarily leaving for the 15. I said sometimes the 15 could make it. You know, 15 might become an 85. And to me,
but here's my thing. Do I want to take that risk? Because it could be yes, it's going to turn into the 85, 90, or no, you're going to stay at the 15.
No, but
that's why people want their cake and to eat it too.
No, what I'm saying is you would know if it turns into 85. You're not going to leave before it turns that way. You're going to, it's 15.
So you saying fucking around with the side until it started building.
No, that's not what nigga. That's what she's talking about.
What I said. Keep your husband, ladies, and keep a side nigga too. Shit, for men, that's great.
But sometimes I get messy and tricky. Like, do whatever you feel is best. The point I'm trying to make, because I see that Brey is here twisting my words.
I'm not.
I said, all right, 15%. You monitor the situation, like. I'm watching you, nigga.
But do you leave him? Like, do you leave your 85% for the 15 and monitor then?
No, that's not what I said.
No, I'm asking.
No, I would not leave if it's 85-15. At the 15, I'm working on it to figure out. So I'm gonna start off with a conversation like, babe, it's been 2 weeks. Now I'm gonna be like, babe, it's been 2 days. What's going on? Not joking.
Babe, it's been a day. Babe, it's been 6 hours.
But seriously, I'll be like, all right. I would have to really observe what's going on. Like, let's say I notice, and even if I make a comment, I'm still gonna observe, like, in the sense of like, okay, have you been coming home like complaining about work extra? Have you like been stressed because of other situations, whatever the case is? And then I'm gonna sit down and have a real conversation, like, hey, babe, why don't you fuck me anymore? I'm not understanding.
And imagine you be like, honestly, babe, I've been tired. Like, you worried about me fucking you and I just got a promotion at my job. Like, you not even worried about that?
Isn't that more reason to want to have sex with me? Like, we're celebrating.
First of all, she didn't even say congratulations. Like,
no, I probably already said the congratulations.
But you didn't even know. Well, that's what happened. I want you to watch the show.
He got a promotion at his job and he didn't tell his wife. Bro, that's what I'm saying.
But she didn't care. Well, it's hard because I was defending her until the end. I was defending her until I want you to watch it. Okay. I want you to watch it if you haven't watched it. And then we can have a proper discussion. This show. And it's only 8 episodes. Okay.
There's no way that my husband could get a promotion and not tell me. That's what I'm saying. Then there's something already wrong. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's already something wrong.
Facts.
And then
she explained it wrong.
You've seen it?
I mean, I can't. I'm a writer, so when I figure out the story, I start watching stuff. But I was watching it.
You was watching Sex Life, but I didn't explain it wrong. If you finished all of the episodes, you would have saw.
He was a career man, and she wanted a career man.
Mm-hmm.
So she chose that dude.
Okay.
She didn't want the up and down life.
Right. She wanted stability. That was her 85%.
So she knew he was a boring nigga from jump. Okay. See, that's what
but he wasn't boring from the like. He was boring, yes, but it wasn't to the point where she didn't want to have kids and she didn't want to get married. Like I felt like she only wanted to settle. I think she wanted to settle down because she was so used to dealing with all those people who like fucked with her all the time. She was done with the 15, so that's why she went for the 85. She got the 85, but was stuck on the 15.
But what I was gonna say is, I think that the point that Correct is trying to make is that she kind of knew, like it probably wasn't to the point where she didn't want to fuck him, but at the same time, it wasn't what she was used to. It was like completely different than what she was used to.
Career dude, so he more excited about his job. You know those type of people, they like their family.
Yeah.
Excited about what happened at work.
Do you agree, Bree?
I mean, I saw it differently. I want you to watch it so we can like.
Okay.
He told her she got a promotion, but he was more. Say you my girl.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm joking.
I told him, he said, yo, how was work? I said, it's great. He said, do this right there. He said, today, our son is like, hey, she's on the phone now. She's calling. Like, he put work way above.
Oh, so he's like, so like every time he get a business call, he gotta answer.
Yeah.
No, but he didn't do that in the show.
He did that.
No, he didn't. The thing that really.
He got a promotion in the first episode.
He got well, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he got a promotion in the 4th episode. But the thing that really got to her was that, like, for example, he would go into the bathroom, right? And start showering. And she would come into the bathroom, like, try to touch him up. And he'd be like, not trying to engage. So that's the thing that's like.
Gonna piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
What's wild is that he started, like, jerking off, like, masturbating to her journal.
Okay, bro. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, something is wrong.
But
here.
it makes sense because I want you to watch the show,
So
bro.
you're gonna stick by that.
No, she didn't know that he was jerking off to it. But she's worse too, because let me tell you something. Her best friend, quote unquote, was having sex with her ex, which was the 15%. Damn, I feel like I'm spitting. And the ex called her on FaceTime while he was having sex with the best friend, and she started touching on herself. So they're both not a fire.
No, 100%. But no, I'm not saying she's right. For like, because the situation of her wanting her ex, wild. Her right in her, well, you know, that's her own thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, he should have never went through that.
No, but she wrote on her fucking, like, I'm not saying he should have went through it, but girl, on your MacBook, seriously,
Facts.
a book, like, I mean, a MacBook, seriously. But
And she was doing it like a Word document. Like, why are you doing that?
she wanted to get caught.
She did.
She definitely wanted to get caught. But no, all I'm saying is, all right, we see where her head is at. I'm not defending her. All I'm trying to say is, she obviously wanted something more, and her nigga was not trying to give it to her.
Yeah, and when he tried, it wasn't him.
I should watch it, and then you come back and talk to.
All right.
You do a recap, so you two could like have like a better conversation, like.
Yeah.
Like follow up.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Like, the real perspective, because I didn't finish watching it. I can't feel what I'm
You should finish watching it too, so you can have, because you're married.
Girl for the streets.
She was a girl for the
What's
streets.
wrong with that?
But that's fine. She got her bodies in, and then she settled down with her
This
husband.
is what I'm saying. And then she wanted back the streets.
She didn't want back the street. She just wanted her 50%. She wanted that ex nigga who had good
but I'm
dick.
gonna say that is her still wanting the street.
Shit.
No, only because it wasn't like she would. Yes, she probably wanted her nigga to spice it up, but she wanted this specific nigga. That's for the streets, bro. Like, she wildin'. She wanted her ex, bro.
That's true. But he also was, girl, watch it, because he was a music producer. He was everything, like. And also, when you reach to episode 3, 19 minutes and 40 seconds, you can understand why she missed him.
I'm excited.
I ran it back like 3 times.
But okay, so let me ask you then. Have you ever been, like, I'm not trying to bun you. You know what?
Yeah.
This is not going to be in this thing.
No,
Have
that's
you
fine.
ever been, like, in a long-term relationship?
Yeah.
Like, how long?
A year.
Okay. So with that being said, have you ever had to, like, talk about, like, your sex life? In the sense of, like, has there ever been a moment where you felt like it wasn't going the way you wanted it to? I think I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, but it wasn't about sex. It was more so about I wasn't getting enough time. Like, I wanted more quality time spent with me. The nigga wanted to be with his bros all the time. Like, it wasn't enough time, you know?
So it had no, like, did sex play a part in that? Or, like, it was literally, like, or, like, I'm asking, is it he wasn't with you, so therefore you weren't having sex, and that is, like, those two things bothered you? Or is more so, like, he just wasn't with you and that's what was bothering you?
I think it was just he wasn't with me that was bothering me. Like, when we had sex, we had sex. Like, I wasn't fiending for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know.
Like, do you think it was because he wasn't around? So you, like, was, like, used to him not being around? Or, like...
Honestly, that's a good question.
Or you just didn't fuck with him like that?
Maybe I didn't fuck with him like that. It was all right.
Okay, then. You already answered my question. It was just the dick was trash. But no, I'm asking because I feel like I've had to have that conversation. Like, I've had to have a conversation where, like, I felt like things were getting routine. So, like, you know, sometimes it's like you form a routine where it's like, okay, you do this, this, and this, and you know, like, every time you have sex, it's gonna be this way. Like, you're gonna play foreplay for like 30 seconds, and then you're gonna kiss me, and
Put
then
the
you're
3-inch into me,
and, right. Crying. And yeah, you go, right, so you're gonna foreplay, then you're gonna kiss me, then I'm gonna ride you, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it becomes like routine. And I've had to have a conversation, like, I feel like we're both like forming a routine, like, let's change things. So
at least you had that combo though.
But that's why I bring that up to say that sometimes I understand in a relationship things can change. You have kids, you have a career, shit definitely changes. Devala Kadeen talk about that all the time. She has 3 whole boys and she's about to have another kid.
Is it a boy again?
We don't know. She's not gonna find out. But yeah, so it's like, you know, she talked about when they were younger, they used to fuck like crazy every second, like rub like bunnies and all that shit. And then after a while, you know, it other things kind of took precedence over that. And he talks about like his frustration. He talks about like, you know, he works out, so he works out a lot, so like he has more stamina still. Right. And sometimes it feels like she doesn't want to do it. Like, they may have sex like 3 to 4 times a week and stuff. And I'm just bringing that up to say that sometimes a relationship does change. Yeah. And I'm sure he's definitely like a 85% nigga. Well, I guess the issue would be she's an 85% woman, but she has like her 15% moments and stuff. But I think that 1, conversation is important. 2, if the conversation isn't helping, then you seek therapy. There are different types of therapists. Like, you could do like a mental health therapist, then there's sex therapy. But I just genuinely feel like if it's getting to a point where it's not changing, and I can't tell you 1 year, 5 years, 10,
only that person knows.
10 years. But anyway, I can't tell you how long to stay, but you have to feel like at some point so
let's reverse it. Let's say not to cut you off, let's say like you can't give that 15%, but you have everything ideal. How would you feel if your man was like, bro, like, you're not fucking me, like, I think I gotta go? Would you allow him to leave? Or I would have the conversation first. Then we would like go and see therapy, and like if it's really not working, would I be hurt? Of course. But at the same time, like, I can't control what he does. That is true. You can't. So
it's like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's supposed to be understanding, or he's not supposed to be hurt.
But but like you said, it's a season. Yeah. So maybe you are going through a season, but he's not patient enough to go through the season with you.
And then it's like, why should I want you then? Are you an 85% nigga if you're not willing to go through a season with me?
That's
because
true.
Like I said, it's not like I could tell you how long to stay. Because honestly speaking, I love my boyfriend. I love him very much. So certain things I feel like I would do for him, I wouldn't necessarily do for anybody else, even if I married someone else. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you could stay 1 year and you have to do that. But at the same time, like I said, I feel like that 15%, it does grow and it could turn into other things. And if I feel like that 15% turns into 25, 30, 35, if it turns into 50, if it turns into a point where I feel like I can't take it anymore, then I'm going to leave.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you may be able to take it, but I feel like I can't.
Yeah.
And same thing. He may not be able to take it and I could, but it is what it is, bro.
Do what makes you happy.
That's it, bro. Literally.
That's it, man. Because, I mean, we want to know what you all think. Like, especially people who are engaged or married or, like, are single ladies and men. Like, we want to know what you think. Would you keep that 85% or would you leave the 85 for the 15?
Exactly.
Real life. I actually had a friend who was just like... so the character name is Billy, and he was like, yo, she's mad foul, like I'm the ideal man, why would she ever leave me? And it's interesting because it's like men think like I can have all these things but you're not supposed to leave me, whereas like someone else will be like, I can leave you because you don't have the extra or that last 15.
Because like I said, everyone's 85% is different. And like most of the time when you talk about 85%, sometimes yes, it's him treating you nice. That's one thing. But for the most part, everything else is like financial shit. Like he bought you a house.
Facts.
He has a good career.
Facts.
Like those types of things.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna dive into our Audacious as Fuck segment.
So with that being said, it's like you have a good career. Why wouldn't I have a good career? You bought me a house, so I can't just go and buy myself a new house. Like. Not saying that I'm not trying to say we won't create memories together and stuff like that, but like the point I'm trying to make is that
you can create that 85
that
for yourself.
Fuck nigga in the podcast that we were like watching, the clip of the podcast we was talking about, like just like how niggas try to make it seem like women are dispensable and they don't and we don't bring anything to the table.
Ooh, we're about to get into it.
It's not like it's the same thing. Like I'm not saying that niggas are disposable, but I'm saying that certain things that other people value,
she low-key wants to say that
I may not value. Okay.
Yeah. No, I feel
and that's the point. And certain things that I value, Brey may not value, and everybody's 85% is different. So like Brey said, do what makes you happy.
Yes.
You know what you could take, so take it. And you just have to really listen to yourself, because your self is telling you, I've had enough. And sometimes people still feel like, oh, I have to stay. Why? Kids be out the house. Facts. Like everything just be crumbling.
If you're not happy,
like, oh, I gotta stay. No.
Do what makes you happy. Yeah. And sometimes doing what makes you happy hurts individuals. You don't have to do it intentionally or purposely where you're being malicious. But if you can't take it no more, do what makes you happy. Or if you can take it some more, you know what you can take, like Ash said. So but you know what? And now that we have our closing remarks, I want to dive into our Audacious as Fuck segment. This is the last segment of our pod, which means we're talking about things where anything that happens that's very bold. So I was watching a podcast or a clip of a podcast with this guy who was like, what do women really bring to the table?
So he was tight when I watched it over
and
again.
I sent it to Ash, and basically he was saying like, women don't bring anything to the table. All men bring the most to the table. Men will bring the house. Men will bring the career. Men will bring just everything. And women only don't bring anything. And then another woman came in and was just like, well, I make the house that you bought a home. And she was like, well, all the things that I cook for you, I clean for you. And the guy was just like, well, I can have a maid. I can have a cook. Like, I don't need you. And the woman was just like, I don't need you either, because all the things that you just stated, I can do for myself. And I thought that was super audacious of him to say, because it's just like, what you mean, what do women bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Like the girl said, all the things that he stated, which was the house, the career, I can have that for myself.
Right.
You're just here to keep me company, basically.
Right.
Like, what was your thoughts about it?
I completely agree with you. And that's why certain things that I value in my marriage, or wait, not married yet, but certain things like I would plan to value in my marriage, or like I would hope for my marriage, is truly a partnership.
Yes.
And okay, I know everyone has their thoughts and their opinions about the 50% rule or whatever the fuck. I'm not getting into that. I'm not even like, it's not enough time, so I'm not gonna get into it. But at the same time, I want a partner. Don't want a dad. I have one already. Don't. I'm sorry. I don't want a second dad,
but
bro.
Facts.
Like,
it's so funny because you don't want a dad, but we end up becoming mothers to men.
And that's another thing. I don't want to be your mom. I want us to be a partnership. So like, even if I'm making the house a home, you also have to play your part in making the house a home. And like, you know, because in certain relationships, men are the chefs.
Right.
And women might be taking out the trash, just for example, or you know, I'm doing the laundry and you're cleaning up.
Right.
Like that, things like that. That's what matters to me. As long as you treat me with respect, as long as we are a partnership, and you know, we can discuss our finances the way that we want to handle them. So I can't tell anybody, again, I'm not going to tell you, oh, your nigga should be paying 100% of your bills. If that's what you want, that's fine.
Right.
If that's what I want, that's also fine. But what matters most is what you guys discuss together. Yes, of course, I need you to have money, and it's not because I need you to have money to take care of me. I need you to have money so that we can build together. Right. Like, you're not going to be sitting there leeching off of me, and I'm not going to be sitting there leeching off of you. Like, we're both going to have so much fucking money that it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's like that shit doesn't matter. So you're talking about, oh, like I could pay for a maid or a chef or whatever the fuck. That's good for you, bro. That's good for you. Most likely, like the maid and the chef is not gonna put the love into it that I put into it. Like, you know, like for example, yes, she's gonna be ironing your clothes or whatever, but she doesn't love you. She doesn't care about you. Like, she cares about her money. I'm the one who actually, you know, gets up and I do things like the girl said, to make your life easier. Yeah. But I also want you to do things to make my life easier. Right. So like I said, what matters most to me is a partnership. Yes. And partnership in the way that I hope, in the way that I have a conversation about. Right. I think he was stupid as fuck. That's it. Certain things I want are traditional, but then other things that I don't want, other things I want are not. So it's like the way that my relationship looks is not going to be like other people. And I think that's one good thing about like relationships today. There are some people that want a strictly traditional relationship. I'm not judging you. There are some people who don't want a traditional relationship at all. I want something like in the middle. But for him to really sit there and be like, what do women bring to the table? Like, niggas was like, and this is not me being homophobic, I just found it funny. But niggas was like, if you want a nigga, just say that. Because
facts. Because it sounded like he hated women. Like, I remember what I was gonna say, but like, I want a partnership, and I feel like I want it to be like where we're best friends. Like, you help me, I help you. I help you grow, you help me grow. You water my plant, I water your plant. Like, I feel like it was more so, what can I take from this person? Like he just feels like he's giving, and his partner's taking. If you feel that way, bro, that's sad, and you shouldn't be with that person. Exactly. And
but not all women are gonna do that.
Exactly. And it's like you said, if a man is sick, right, and he's not able to call a chef or have someone. First of all, the chef's not gonna come if you're sick. Like, they don't want to get sick themselves. Literally, your girlfriend or your wife becomes your mom, or like the person that takes care of you until you're better. Men become such babies when they're sick, bro. And it's like, it's not even just that example, but it's more so in anything else. Like, you want that best friend, that person that's like gonna have your back and you have theirs. Where I feel like what the guy was talking about was more so, I'm gonna take from this person. Like, what can you give me?
Right. And then the thing is, one, you know, you can form like close bonds with the people who like take care of your home, like your housekeeper, your chef, all that stuff, your butler. Like, you could. So I'm not gonna say that you can't, but at the same time, you're paying them. So you're mad about this woman that you feel is just taken from you, but now
or not giving you anything because you're giving her so much.
Now you got to pay this person to do what I could have been doing for you.
Right.
Just asking for like your love and for you to pay for a house that she was going to pay for anyway. Like what? That's weird. And you know, it's funny because even when the girl was talking about it, bro, she wasn't even like, I'm gonna like one thing that she said was like, when they're like the groceries are low, who's gonna go get them? Facts. She didn't say you have to give me the money to go get them. She said who's gonna go get them. So it's not like she's gonna sit there and literally leech off the nigga. Like,
it's the little things. Like a lot of men don't go to the supermarket to get toilet paper. Obviously, if they do live by themselves, but if they're with their girl, they like
even then niggas be doing some weird shit.
True,
not my nigga, but I've heard stories.
That's a fact. Stories. But like your girl's gonna notice, like, oh, the toilet paper is low. Let me go get. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. Like I always try to play both sides because not all women are attentive like that. So it also depends on who you date, like who you decide to get with. But it's also, I just want to say, women are the table, and what are you bringing, Mr. Nigga? Like,
and
that's for him specifically.
And niggas feel like, and he was talking about he's a mechanic. No,
he's a mechanic.
No, he was saying some shit. You didn't hear? He said some shit like I guess he was trying to say like not only does he bring like shit to the home, but I guess maybe he fixes things around the house.
Boy, I
ain't ask you for that because now the sink is not working. Now the sink is working, but the toilet's fucked up. Like I didn't ask you for that. You didn't go to school for that. So I could easily pay someone to do the same shit.
Exactly.
Like, but
I think it's more so
he hates women.
Yeah. Instead of you thinking like, what can I get and what do I need? How about how can we just do this together?
That's it, bro. Everyone. And I'm gonna say this. Men always think that they just like they're the fucking world. Like not seriously, because
it's very egotistical.
He literally was like, oh, like I could pay $100 for somebody to clean the house.
That's $600 a week. Who wants to pay $600 a week for food? And he was like, I can get meal preps from this place. That's $200 a week.
Does and blah,
like,
blah, blah. Okay.
You're not gonna get tired of that. Or like right, okay.
Like it's just like men, like you feel like you're necessary and I'm not. Like that's just weird.
Very,
very weird.
We're just gonna jack that.
Like they said, weird was on sale this year.
The audacity.
Yeah, it definitely gets the audacious as fuck word. You're a weirdo.
A big weirdo. But y'all, thank you so much for listening to episode 9. Thank you so much for the support, for sticking with us through like when we don't post, when we do post, we're going to get more consistent.
Yes.
Things are changing up. It's going to be super fire in the next upcoming weeks and months.
We're going to stick beside you like you've been sticking beside us.
And that's on period.
All right.
Bye, besties.
Bye.